Do you know what time it is? Tell me, do you know? I know I shouldn't be singing that song, but I'm going to sing it anyway. Okay? Do you know what time it is? Ooh, my people, my peeps. You know, I got to check, the system, and make sure it's systeming. Right? Let me check this real quick. Yeah, I got to check it because I should have been here. I should have been here. But you know how it goes down. It's always something. And I think it's because, there's a shift in the atmosphere, if you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. So y'all hold tight. Y'all hold tight for a sister. How are you guys doing to this afternoon? Look, I have to look and see. This afternoon, because I'll come to you in the late night, all that good stuff, all that good stuff. So, my goodness. Let's get into it. This y'all like my retro style? Yeah, I'm retroing it for you. I'm trying to bring back. Well, no, I'm not. But yeah, this 20 style. I was gonna say I'm trying to bring back, the women of old. Um, but I wasn't in the 20s. But I just kind of like the style. So I thought I'd rock a little retro for you guys today, and especially coinciding a little bit, just a little bit, with the topic that I have for you guys today. So here we go. We are talking about why are the Korean women, opting out. They are completely opting out of the system. Of what system, you might ask? The dating system, the relationship system, baby. I have to turn to the side because this little pin curl doing it for me, y'all. This little pin curl doing it. Let me stop clowning. Yes, so they're opting out of the dating system. And not just the dating system, y'all. They opting out of being wives. They opting out of the dating system. They're even opting out of having babies. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. I know that's wild. I know that's crazy. Yeah, you might want to know why. And we're going to get into all of that. All of that. But I got to take you around the playground. Okay. Not just the merry-go-round, the playground. Okay. Because these people, these Korean ladies, they have made a dent and they showing you what women can do. So they're pretty pissed off. Okay. They're pretty pissed off about the patriarch system and the misogyny that has happening in Korea. And I thought, when I heard about this, have you heard about it? Oh, I didn't tell you. It's called the 4B movement. The 4B movement. And I'm going to bring up a video so that can be explained to you. But I have to give you an overall synopsis real quick, okay? So these women are pissed off, and I thought, wow, that's interesting. They don't want to deal with men at all, and especially their own men. You hear that? So I thought, well, where are these passport bros gonna go? And well, it's a stereotype, but they say that most Oriental women are the most submissive women that you can have as a spouse, right? That's what they say. I don't know. That's what I heard. Okay, and so they like, not today. Not today. Not and not any other day. I don't want to be your spouse. I don't want to be your lover, and I don't want to be your baby mama. Clutch your pearls. Yes, that's what they said. And because of the misogyny, because of the patriarchy there. And let me tell you, it's so ironic that I had never heard of this 4B movement. But when I did hear of it, I was like, ooh, it just took me places. And before I get into it, I want you guys to listen to a movie because it brought this movie in mind. Okay. I was like, goodness. It's an old movie and it's called The Children of Men. Okay. Just listen to it. And then we're just going to keep this party going. Okay. So let me get it queued up.
I can't really remember when I last had any hope. And I certainly can't remember when anyone else did either. Because really, since women stopped being able to have babies, what's left to hope for?
The world was stunned today by the death of Diego Ricardo, the youngest person on the planet. The youngest person on Earth was 18 years, 4 months, 20 days, 16 hours, and 8 minutes old.
The ultimate mystery. Why are women infertile? Some say it's genetic experiments, pollution. Why do you think we can't make babies anymore?
Doesn't matter. It's all over in 50 years. It's too late.
Hello, Theo. Have you been? I'm sorry about theatrics. Police have been a pain lately.
I haven't seen you for nearly 20 years.
I need your help. Not for me, a girl. I need to get her to the coast, past security checkpoints. It's hard for me to look at you. He had your eyes.
So why did you come to me?
I trust you. Show him.
I know y'all can't see, but I'll tell you in a minute.
You have to meet the boat.
What is this boat?
The Human Project have sent a boat.
The Human Project?
Yes, the greatest minds in the world working for a new society.
Okay, so that's enough. The Human Project. So in this movie called The Children of Men, let me see, it's a 2006 production. So go check it out, look it up. It's called The Children of Men, and the women stopped being able to be fertile, right? And so when I heard about this 4B movement that's taking place in Korea right now, Seoul, Korea, shout out to Seoul, Korea. My dad was stationed there. Korea, and let me say this, by far, Korea is not a small place, okay? So I just want you to understand some, demographics here. It's not a small place, because North Korea got it all divided up. You don't want to mess with North Korea. That's the rocket man, as Trump would say. As Trump would say, they call him the rocket man, North Korea. And he already got all them people locked down under mind control. So we're not talking about them. We talking about South Korea, where they free. Okay, so we just listened to this movie called The Children of Men. And it's basically talking about a time, place. And when I look at the backdrop of this movie, it back then, 2006, it looks like they were trying to forecast the future, okay? Because the buildings are demolished. It looks like war has taken place in the cities. And so therefore, it kind of looks downtrodden, okay? And then on top of it looking downtrodden, the the youngest person had actually died, and they were just devastated. I mean, this man was walking with his coffee. He hears the news passing by the coffee shop in the window, TV, and people are just standing there looking, and they're like, the youngest man has died at the age of 18 that they had on the whole planet. Okay. And so they're like, it's over for us. It's over. The women can't have children anymore. And then I thought, well, that might be a little cycle of what's going on here, along with this 4B movement. Okay. And so, with the birth control, they got all kind of stuff in the stores nowadays. Not just birth control, but something like the day after tomorrow, but the day after, if they step out there when they know they ain't supposed to be stepping, and they realize, oops, I made a mistake. Let me run to the corner store and get this day after pill, and to cause their menstrual, whatever it makes them do, whatever kind of system destruction it has in their body, right? So they can't have a baby, or so they're it's a form of contraceptive, right? But who knows the long run? Who knows how this is going to affect the body of the females, right? And because we know no man ain't going out there getting no vasectomies. If they going to get a vasectomy, let me tell you something. They married. Only men that's gonna get vasectomies. They married. They got about 4 or 5 children already. And they you know, he tired of working. He tired of going to the mill. So he tired of more Pampers. You know how much Pampers cost nowadays, and milk. Okay, so the only men that's getting vasectomies is married men. That's just my opinion. Okay, because these ones out here slinging it left and right ain't thinking about no vasectomy, and they damn sure ain't thinking about no condom. Okay, so in this movie, all hell breaks loose. The youngest man of 18 years has died, but they have a human project. Now, this man in this movie, he meets up with his ex. Like his ex works in a like a science, she's a scientist, right? And she like beckons him to come to this area because she has to tell him something. And he must have been a mover or a shaker. Okay. He know how to get around, you know, how to move in them streets without getting caught. So what happened is she beckons him to come to this area and she says, I have something to show you, right? She has something to show him. And so out comes, and this is the kick. I'm telling you, these movies is so much they programming and predictive programming to the max. So out comes this very young chocolate drop of a woman. Very young. And he's looking at his ex like, you brought me here for a chocolate drop woman? You brought me here to look at a chocolate drop? And along standing beside this chocolate drop woman is a chocolate drop man. Now I can't remember if that was her boyfriend, her husband, or just a protector, right? Or a brother. I can't remember, but probably not, because when the now this is an Edomite man and an Edomite woman, okay. And I got to put it in perspective for this movie called The Children of Men. Okay. The Edomite woman, who is the scientist, she beckons her Edomite ex-husband to this facility because she got to show him something. So when he gets to this facility, she's, beckons out this chocolate drop woman, a dark-skinned sister, Israel. Okay, this is a movie, predictive programming. Follow me now. And so out comes this chocolate drop young woman, and alongside her is a male. So I'm assuming that this may be her mate, because when the Edomite man, Edomite, if you know what an Edomite is, that is a white male. Okay, Israel, formerly known as blacks, formerly known as African Americans. We are Israel. Okay, so Israel, Jake, female, is standing before him, and he looking confused. Like, what you brought me? Because then he got to go through these hell holes, because the city is like a war zone to get to her, the Edomite woman. And so when the black woman, I'm gonna have to keep it simple, because I know some people that come into the video to view the video later might not be up on game yet. Okay, but Israel, the black woman, is out there with a little cloak on, and so the Edomite woman says, "Show him." And so she takes her cloak and drops it to the floor, and she's standing there, butt booty naked, with just a beautiful chocolate drop of a stomach that's impregnated. Holla back if you feel me. Predictive programming, a chocolate drop, a Edomite woman and an Edomite man are standing there, and they're looking at, now remember the movie, nobody on earth, no one, you hear me, can have a baby. And the secret that she beckons him, the Edomite, the white man, and the white woman, is like, look at this. There's a black woman here, and she's pregnant. And so the mission is, we must get her safely to the human project. Ooh, it's deep. I don't know if you're following me, but it's deep. Because I know, yeah, I'm about to get on my soapbox. So you might want to exit now because we about to go deep. You know, I had to pull out the Bible. Yes, I did. We about to go deep. I had to write my notes down. So if you see me looking down every now and again, don't worry. I want to keep on track with this message tonight. And I'm telling you, it's in line with what's going on in South Korea, Seoul, Korea, with the women in this 4B movement. Okay. So they got a Jake woman, black, chocolate, dark skin, gorgeous, look like she could just melt if the sun touched it. You know that chocolate, you can't, you put it in the Texas sun, baby, it's a wrap. It's gonna melt. They got these two Edomites, got a squad, two white folk, and they got to get this black woman to a protective zone. That's the movie. Go check it out. The Children of Men. To start over again. To start life over again. Where did I find, why that movie? That movie sounds familiar. Where have I heard that from? Have you ever heard people sing a song or say something and be like, man, that came off of a song? Or you just heard that just sound familiar. Well, it did. I'm gonna take you here. But before I'm busting open two scriptures. Don't run. It's only two. This ain't gonna hurt you. Don't run. But what I want to say before I open up these scriptures and show the video regarding the 4B movement. These gender wars must stop. Now, I came to you several years ago and I told you there's an agenda. Yeah. Oh, you know what? I think I even had this sweater on. My God, my God. I think I even had this sweater on a couple of years ago. And I told you guys, I said, there's an agenda out here. Mm-hmm. You know, when these gender wars were first starting and all these podcasts, red pill podcasts were popping up, just bashing women, bashing them left and right. And the majority of the women they was bashing was the black woman. We gonna keep it all the way real. All the way real. The majority of the women on these red pill podcasts were bashing the black woman. Right? They still got a couple of them out there. They're still trying to hang on for life, for dear life. What I want to say is the gender wars must stop, or you're going to find yourself, well, it's prophesied anyway, but you're going to find yourself like this movie, The Children of Men, and have to start all over again. And so when I say I haven't heard that before, that movie seems quite familiar to me. Well, it is. But some of you guys have heard this scripture before, but you know what? Some people, when they read the scripture, they like to stop because only certain parts of the scripture sounds good. Now, you know my stance on this Bible and the words in this, because it has been manipulated so much, I call it scrambled eggs. And I don't know. Let me stop saying I don't know. It only has to be the Most High that has given me understanding of this Bible. Because, baby, if you try to read King James on your own, he, thee, and thou, and thus, and you'll be lost. Okay? And now they're trying to take away so much out of it again. So you're going to have people with their own agendas, because I have told you this was compiled by your Roman Empire. That's falling right now, right? So what's in here is an agenda too. Okay? There's an agenda here too. But people who read this, they stop at a certain point. So we're going to go to Isaiah. Now I want to put it on the screen, but when I try to clip, I'm going to have to find another platform, because when I try to clip the Bible verses for you to see, they come out so small, so you can't see it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read it for you. Okay? I'm going to attempt to read it for you, because I hope the dyslexia don't kick in. I hope the dyslexia don't, and your nurses don't have her goggles on. Okay? Because you know they say reading is fundamental, but I'm gonna tell you what's really important. Comprehension is where it's at. Comprehension is where it's at. Reading, yes, is fundamental. You know, you can teach a child a curriculum. You know, there's so many curriculums. You can teach them how to cite, read, you know, look at the word, memorize the whole word. That's the curriculum, sight reading, or you can teach a child phonics. Reading is fundamental, but comprehension is key. Okay, so here we go. I am reading out of Isaiah chapter 4, verse 1 and 2. Okay, and in the day, and see the doggone dyslexia trying to come. Y'all pray for me. Y'all pray for me. Tell that damn dyslexia demon to stop it. Because I know I'm Hebrew, because we, you know, Hebrews read opposite way. If you didn't know, now you know. Okay. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name. Take away our reproach. Take away our reproach. And then they dropped the Bible like they dropped the mic. You know, you done seen them. Hold on, y'all. You done seen them read that verse and drop the Bible like they dropped the doggone mic. Right? Let's continue. Let's continue. Okay? Because I did say we're gonna go down to 2, right? All right. Take away our reproach. Let's go to 2. In that day shall the branch of the Lord be beautiful. I'm going to break it down for because reading is fundamental, but comprehension is key. Okay? In that day shall the branch of the Lord be beautiful and glorious, and the fruit of the earth shall be excellent and comely for them that are escaped of Israel. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. That movie. Oh my gosh. You know what? It's heating up in here. I had to turn the air off so it won't be kicking up no noise, y'all. Do y'all need me to break this down? I'm gonna break it down anyway. I'm gonna break it down any doggone way. And I'm gonna read it one more again so you can understand, because I know they love to stop at that particular verse, right? They love to stop at 1. Isaiah chapter 4, verse 1. This is the one they love. This is the mic drop verse right here, ladies and gentlemen. This is the mic drop verse. Because when they telling these women, y'all better get a hold of me. I'm a man, can't you see? You better get hold of me. Because you're gonna be running, trying to find me. And I'm like, anyway, chapter 4, verse 1. Isaiah chapter 4, verse 1. In that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name, and take away our reproach. So we have to look up certain words like reproach, right? Because they want to be married, right? And their reproach. What is reproach? Our shame. Now, back in biblical times, I'm gonna break down 2. Let me go ahead and read 2. You just remember it, okay? Verse 2. In the day shall the branch of the Lord be beautiful. Who is the branch of the Lord? Who is the branch of the Lord? I'm gonna let y'all think on that for a minute. In that day shall the branch of the Lord be beautiful and glorious, and the fruit of the earth shall be excellent fruit. and comely. Ooh, and fine. Oh my goodness, and comely, honey. Fine. For them that are the escaped of Israel. Okay, so let me break that down. Reproach. So in biblical times, when families were, together, when the Most High said, "Go forth, be fruitful, and multiply." So when women couldn't have children, a reproach would be, their shame would be, not that they were single ladies, not because they were single ladies. Wasn't their reproach. It was because they could not have children. Their shame of being barren, or their shame of having a husband and still could not bear fruit. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down. Their reproach was not because we out here single ladying it up and now we want to have a husband, we want to be married. No, in that day, the Most High, go watch this movie. Go watch this movie, The Children of Men. Everything's destroyed. In that day, this is talking about war. This is talking about this day right here. This day is a hot mess. Because men who they read this Isaiah chapter 4, verse 1, to bring a point to you single ladies out there, to make you feel bad about being a single lady, not having a man, a husband. Your reproach in the biblical aspect of it was not being able to bear fruit, having a child, right? Now, we know we want to have a covering. We want to have a husband if you're bearing fruit, having children. So that is what this means. Now, when men break this down, they don't realize that 7 women to 1 man. Now, we know that women outnumber men, but nevertheless, men. Have you thought about this verse here, Isaiah chapter 4, verse 1? Where the heck y'all gonna be? Y'all put all this fear mongering out here to women about the end times and war and rumors of war. But look like y'all gonna be the ones getting wiped off. A lot of y'all gonna be up out of here. A lot of y'all passport bros, which y'all know, thinking, no comprehension of what's going on, thinking you about to run to another nations and take their women, while you're running over to Puerto Rico, or not Puerto Rico, where they killing y'all at? Venezuela. The men done said, "Hey, partner, we don't want you up here taking our women." They got women in Korea, the so-called most docile women. They don't even want to deal with their own men in Korea. How the heck you think they want to deal? They don't want to deal with men, period. How the heck you think, if they don't want to deal with their men that they say are misogynist, and they are the patriarchal system, they don't want to deal with it no more. So you think I'm talking about these passport bros, their logic, because they all about the patriarchy system and the being what was the word, misogyny. Okay, they all about that. These women are fed up, and this 4B movement is taking hold. And I know you're probably like, well, get to it. Tell us about the 4B. No, hold on. Tell us about the 4B movement. No, hold on. So they love to run to this Isaiah chapter 4, verse 1, and leave it at verse 1. Not go down. Read a little further down, partner. Verse 2. You see, these women, the destruction has happened. These are the remnants of Israel. Hallelujah. These are the remnants of Israel. The women will have their own stuff together. I know y'all hate, I got a PhD. I wish I had that, but I got a PhD. I'm able to provide for myself, because that's what it's saying right here. These women say I can cook for myself, get my own bread. I can get my own clothes, my own apparel. Just call us by your name, marry us, and take away our reproach. What is their reproach? Not being able to have children. Okay? Like this movie. Now, if you go on down, skip on down to verse 2. In that day shall the branch of the Lord be beautiful. In that day, the remnant of the Lord shall be beautiful. These are the remnant people, the ones who have made it through tribulation, the remnant of the remnant, okay? The branch of the Lord shall be beautiful. He knew who he wanted to say. He knew to multiply. You know what? Don't do it to him, Nicole. Don't do it to him. Because we always hear about how did Adam and Eve fill this whole earth up with people when it was 2 people? I won't go there. That's too deep. I won't get now. I won't go there. Verse 2, chapter 4, Isaiah. In that day shall the branch of the Lord be beautiful and glorious. His people are going to be beautiful and glorious, his remnant. And the fruit of the earth, their babies, the fruit that you bear, their babies are going to be beautiful on this earth and shall be excellent and comely. They're going to be some beautiful children, comely children. From the for them that are escaped. These are the ones who made it out of tribulation. For them that have escaped of Israel. He's talking about his people. We got to get a better understanding. We got to get out of this doctrine that got even Israelite men caught up in the gender wars. And I told you guys that this was an agenda. And they got our Israelite men even caught up in it. They so caught up in it, they stopped hating women. Because there won't be any repopulation of this earth without without Israel women. Point blank, period. He's not talking about Jake running to Esau woman, passport bros. He's not talking about Jake, Israel men running, or Israel women or men running to Esau to repopulate. No, sir. The branch of the Lord. Who is the branch of the Lord? Do we not know about David? Do we not know about Jesus? Some of y'all know him as Yahweh Shah. Who is the branch? Oh, y'all gonna get me to acting like I'm preaching. I'm not preaching. I'm just trying to tell you what I see. And only the Most High let me see this, because I don't know. I ain't no Bible scholar. But we're going to have to break down and stop this foolishness of this gender wars, and especially them steeped into Israel. Hallelujah. Oh, mercy me. We got to stop it. Because this is about repopulation of the beautiful fruit of Israel. Okay. So I'm going to keep it moving. We're going to keep the party going. And Israel, men, y'all really need to get a hold. And I'm talking directly to Jake, Judah. I'm talking to you. Hold on, I dropped my pen. I'm talking to you, Judah. Don't get sucked up in the cycle, because they want you in there. They want you part of the gender wars. Okay? Because if you study anything about this book, you know the Holy Spirit for the Hebrews is feminine. Yeah. The wisdom that you get, that you desire, you should. That's what Solomon desired and got much, much more. He asked for the Most High. Wisdom. And wisdom comes from a female entity. If you are Hebrew and you study Hebrew knowledge of the scriptures, that is a female spirit. Holla back. So you need to get out of this Gentile mindset of thinking about your own women. And I'm going to stand on this soapbox till I can't stand on it no more. Okay? Gender wars must end. Okay, so I don't know how I want to take y'all down this road. I think I should get all of my soapbox preaching off my chest before we go into the video. I've been hearing out here on these internet streets about Israelite men, which is so ironic. There's so much cosplaying going on. So much of it. I mean, people want to be cartoon characters. People want to be dogs and cats. Cosplay. But Israel is doing some cosplaying too. Let me take a sip. Okay? This is water. Israel is doing cosplay too. They so concerned about what the Israelite woman is looking like. They speak with a double-edged tongue. On one hand, they talk about how these Israelite women got their hair wrapped up. Shalom, brother. Shalom, sister. Shalom. And say she the evilest one on the planet. Cosplaying, dressed up, skirt all the way to the ground. Looking like Little House on the Prairie. But if you read, I got another scripture, but that'll come another day. How Yah put diamonds, pearls, and jewelry and fine oils on his people, and a stone in the middle of her head, earrings, bangles. Y'all don't want to hear about that. Y'all want these women out here cosplaying. Wrap them up, look them like I'm trying to tell you, like they came off of Color Purple. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what that is about, but it's cosplaying. We are taught modesty, not looking like you just came out for picking cotton 3 days ago. While Jake husband worrying about if he got the latest Jordans. Oh yes, I heard on these streets about Jordans in Israel. Why are men concerned about Jordans in Israel? Who they styling for? I'm gonna be like the men now. They talk about these women. They want to wear makeup. First, they want to talk about the cosplaying women, the shalom women. Then and on the other hand, on the other side of the tongue, they want to talk about the women who ain't cosplaying, right? But serve the Most High Yah. Oh my goodness, she got makeup on, she got eyelashes. None of that's a sin. Ain't none of that is a sin. A sin is the breaking of the law. A sin is the breaking of the law. None of what you guys are spewing out of your mouths are sins. You are wanting to be the new oppressors of your own women, of your own people. You want to talk bad about your cosplaying Little House on the Prairie head wrapped up woman? Say she ain't real. She ain't about that life. And then you want to talk about your doggone women that serve the Most High Yah. Got makeup on. Look at them. But then I hear that men of Israel upset because they can't have the latest Jordans. Why you ain't at Aldi's getting them tennis shoes? Aldi's got tennis shoes with the label. You want a brand? Aldi's. Grocery store brand. Aldi's. Right on the side. Fly. Why you ain't hustling your tail down to get them Aldi's tennis shoes? Huh? But y'all fussing about you can't even have Jordans. Really? Who you wearing them Jordans for? Who you flossing for? Why you got your Little House on the Prairie looking? Why? Anyway, y'all tripping. That's what y'all doing. Y'all smooth tripping. Y'all want to be the oppressors and you can't even see through the hate and through the hurt that you have gone through while in captivity. And you can't see through not only your own hurt and hate, but you don't even understand about the oppression that your women have gone through and the curses that they have gone through. You think that it was easy selling for them. Somehow, some way, in your mind, you have been here too long under captivity rule to think that it's easy selling for one and not the other. Slavery ain't been easy for nobody. Oppression hasn't been easy for no one. Making it do what it do out here to survive has not been easy for none of us. So bashing each other over the head needs to stop. Let me land my plane. Get into this video. Let me get into the video, and then we're going to talk about marriage, dowries, and so on and so forth. The women of Korea don't want you no more, men. They don't want you anymore. I'm going to bring this video up and let it play. Oh, I should have brought my doggone earbuds in here. I'm going to let it play. We're going to talk about it. And then we're going to go on and talk about marriage, dowries, and things of that nature. And what is driving these women of Korea not to want to fool these men anymore. Their own men of their own nation.
How are you?
You got 50-50.
Just a little joke.
So what do you do?
See, that's the problem with black women. All y'all care about is money. A bunch of gold diggers.
Okay. Let's talk about something else. Do you have children?
I have 4 kids and I don't want no more. My 3 baby mamas ain't and always asking me for money. I can't understand why they always coming to me with their handout. That's why I pay child support for.
Oh my gosh. And with 4 kids, you must be paying a lot.
$50 damn a month. A nigga drive a forklift for 12 hours a day but can't even afford to roll up no more after they take the money out my check. I can't even cop the new J's.
The
Jordan.
4B movement is going to force men to be red pill. It doesn't matter if you're single, married, in a relationship. You're going to be forced to be a red pill brother, man. And if you're already a red pill man right now, this 4B movement is a victory for us because everything that we've said, every boundary that we set, that's what we meant. And this is why they have to do what they have to do. You understand what I'm saying? Because we told them we don't want no old single mothers. We don't want women with high body counts. And so with that being said, like, they have to do this, guys.
So the
You have to
misogyny and patriarchy has gotten so bad in South Korea that the young women are participating in this movement that they're calling the 4B movement.
The 4B movement. A smaller but growing movement among Korean women. 4B is shorthand for 4 Korean words that all start with B, or no. The first no, bihan, is the refusal of heterosexual marriage. Bichulsan is the refusal of childbirth. Biyonye is saying no to dating. And bisexu is the rejection of heterosexual sexual relationships. They said no to heterosexual marriage, no to childbirth, no to dating, and no to hooking up with dudes. They're done. Finished.
But the women of South Korea have gotten so fed up with the misogyny.
Oh, girl, wait, hold on. It's so much worse than that. It's so much worse. And I mean worse in a really good way. Like, like, yay, team. The situation has gotten so bad. They don't have any kids. They don't have any first graders enrolled in over 150 schools. And the gag is they've only been doing this since 2019. So in 5 years' time, they have managed to erase an entire class.
Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? This started in 2001. 5 years, a whole class of people gone, don't even exist. And that is even on top of the low birth rates that all of these nations are having. All of these nations. The only people that's not having problems with birth rates, Israel, the true Israel. While all these Israel men want to run to all these other nations to get women, they having problems procreating. But they don't care. They have already wiped out a whole class of children, never to be born, never to be seen. And if they go another 5, it's a wrap. Because it's going to only escalate, like the young lady was saying. It won't be no coming back from that. They probably don't have enough, even if they had donation spots, those sperm banks, those seed banks, them women don't even want to be injected with the sperm, the seed of their own nation of men, or men, period. They done with the misogyny and the patriarchy that has been ruled wrongly. Oppression. Shoot, it don't only make a man mad, obviously, it's making women mad. I'm going to tell you about a story. I talked to a lady a Korean lady, and I asked her I said, have you heard about this 4B movement? And she was like, oh, yes, in Korea, because she's here, but her family is still in Korea. And so I was like, well, I want to know firsthand what could, I can only go on social media. I've not been to Korea. But she said to me, there are so many orphanages in Korea. It is mind-blowing. I said, really? She said, yes, it's so many orphanages in Korea that it's mind-blowing. Because one of the major factors to these orphanages in Korea is that women, when they are married, and this is gonna segue me into talking about dowries and marriage and things of that nature. But over in Korea, when women are married, okay, and the man wants a divorce, right? And say they've had children together, a family, they've started a home. And the man wants a divorce. Well, he gets the divorce. He goes on about his married way as if he didn't drop off 4 and 5 seeds on this planet that grew into fruit trees. Children. These Korean men dropping seeds under the auspice of marriage because see they trying to hold that traditional lifestyle that you passport bros want so bad. They don't want what y'all want. They con artists. They playing the game. So they gonna do the ritual routine, right? Get married, get these women pregnant, get what they want. Deuces. Ain't taking not one child with them. And you see, when women in Korea have children, no other man wants to deal with them. Married women that their husbands left them for whatever reasons. Maybe some valid, maybe some not. But the majority seems to not be valid reasons. They just playing the system. Acting like they're wanting the traditional lifestyle, right? So they're leaving these women with these children and they can't start anew. They can't marry because no man wants 3 and 4 children. Because you know, them Asian families love big households. Because some of them still in the farm life. You know what I'm saying? All of them ain't in the cities. Them children help that farm. Go milk them cows. Go get them rice grains out the rice paddies. They love big families. Them men go deuce, mount. I seen Suzanne Lee down the road, and she a virgin. About to go try to get Suzanne Lee. Get her knocked up, and then I'm out. See what else is about these, well, you know, in these streets. So these women say, oh, y'all got the hustle. Just a real conversation I had with a lady. But y'all know I got to put my sugar, my spice, and everything nice. A real conversation. So the women said, bet it up. You done married me. You done took my virginity. You done ruined every opportunity that I could have with somebody probably that really could have truly loved me. And now you down the road trying to get Suzanne Lee because she the newest thing popping. So these women then got smart and abandoned. Well, it ain't smart, but I'm just telling you what I was told. These women, then they done made their own little game plan. They abandoned their own children. Get out of here. Ching chong choo. Come. We're going to visit your auntie. And smooth drop them off at the orphanages. Orphanages is a pack. And then they go and reinvent themselves. As if they never had children. To find them a husband, a spouse, or just be free. This is a true story. I got another one for you because I kept asking her. I was like, what? That blew me away. She said, yeah, plenty of orphanages. Plenty of orphanages in Korea, South Korea. Full of children, of families. Of men who said they wanted this woman. These men only want to test out the engine. They only want to dip their dipstick in new cars, run them around the block a couple of times, and then they're out. They want to see, is your oil right? I seen a new Ferrari, a little red Corvette down the street. I want to go see if her oil's right. I got my dipstick ready. Well, you got our knucklehead men back here thinking, I want the modern fam. I don't want the modern fam, the modern woman. I want a traditional spouse. And don't know what the hell's going on in other nations of people. Their lifestyle. These women dropping these babies off left and right and starting over. And I guess that wasn't enough to drop the babies off. Because see, them virgins, them ones coming up, so, oh, that's how you did my mama. Oh, that's how you do, that's how they did Auntie Ching. I thought he was a good man. Auntie Ching had them babies. She took them to the orphanage. I got cousins and oh no. Oh no. I don't want to be like Auntie Ching. Matter of fact, I don't want no man. I don't want a man touching me. Then they not saying they're gay. They not saying that they want a woman. They just saying hell to the no to the men. I don't want to date you. I don't want to look at you. I don't want to damn sure marry you. Get gone. That's what they saying. That's the 4B movement. Starting 2019. By them refusing to have sexual intercourse, casual dating as we know it here in the West, or accepting marriage proposals, because they know that's a hustle. He just want his dipstick. He just want to see the oil levels. He ain't about that life. So they know that con is up. That gig is up. It's a wrap. So they're not accepting no marriage proposals, no dating, no casual sex. Don't even look at me. So you know what that breeds, right? The stalking is out of control. You do your own research. The stalking levels are out of control. Let me see if I can pull up one other girl. I couldn't put them all on here so you could hear them. It was a young, the international students. This one young lady wanted to go over to South Korea to study. International programs still exist. She was like, oh, heck to no. When she did her research and found out, oh, these men stalking these women, killing them. Because they losing their damn mind. Because the women don't want nothing to do with them. It's a whole kindergarten class that should have been in how many schools that woman said? Damn near 5 schools. No kindergarten class. What's going to happen in the next 5 years? Let me let y'all hear what this lady said. She wanted to go over to Korea to study. But after she heard about the 4B movement, she said, well, let me do some research. Like anybody who's traveling to a new place that they want to live, a country, should research the land, right? Let's see. See if I got her on here. Hold on. Y'all listen up. They're so desperate now, they're killing the women because of their misogyny and their patriarch system that they have used as an oppressive system. Instead of ruling and holding, you can't give power to everybody. But let me let y'all listen to this.
And women are so done with Korean men that they're literally just deciding to die out. Y'all heard? I don't think you guys understand the severity of the situation. I was literally gonna go study in South Korea at Yonsei University in 2021, right? And before that, I was doing my research, I sent in everything, and I was like, before I even go to decide to go, I want to be in this environment. So I was like, I downloaded the Naver app. I was watching the news. I was translating, using Google Translate to translate articles of the news on the Naver website and everything. Babe, it was every other day where a woman was being killed, stalked. I don't know if I can say all of that, killed, but they would be murdered. They would be harmed every very bad, violent ways. It's I don't think you guys understand. I was over here oh my god, there's a femicide happening in South Korea and nobody's noticing. That shit is crazy. It was every other I would literally get a notification notification on my phone from the Naver app, watching YTN News, or like all of them. And I was just like, my God, like, is nobody fucking noticing what's happening in South Korea? Like, this is a fucking femicide. It's severe. Like, people are being stalked, like, followed from school, from work, at a daycare, for being murdered in their homes, in their apartments, like old boyfriends, exes, and whatnot. Like, these men actually think they have authority over women, and if women say no to them, or like, even if the woman doesn't do anything at all, they feel inferior and violent towards them. And I'm like, do you guys not know? Like, is nobody watching this happen? Because like, it was absurd the amount of people that were getting brutalized. I was shocked. I was like, it was the main reason why I was like, I don't feel comfortable going to this country, because I'm like, the resources for kids in school, especially for college students, very minimal, I feel like. And especially as like a foreigner, I'm like, there's no way people are going to take my mental health seriously. And at that point in my life, I already knew I was not going to, like, I needed therapy. And like, I was in therapy for a trauma that happened in my childhood. And I was like, if I'm going to go to this country, take on the stress of school, be far away from my family, there's not going to be anybody there to really take care of me. And like, as a foreigner, that's hard. But as a citizen of the country who was born there, it's hard. It's hard to get those like resources, and the way the society works over there is insane. And it's just like, you don't feel like you should be able to ask for help when you need it. And then like, as a woman, I was like, there's no way I'm gonna feel safe. Like, I was hearing stories as foreign girls going over there, people being predatorial around you, older men following you, this and that. I'm like, babe, like, this shit is very fucking serious. Like, they're having femicide over there, and I wish people actually took that shit seriously, because young women, Korean women, are in danger.
Okay. So it ain't no joke over there in Korea, in South Korea. Seoul, Korea is where this actually started. So I wanted to, before I get out of here, I had a scripture, but I'm not thinking, it's not really going coinciding into what I want to, what we're talking about today. So I might just skip this scripture. And I might read it, because it actually is talking about some things that I have seen out here on these internet streets regarding women. Okay, so I might read it, because what they're doing is basically here in America, this is trending, this 4B movement. And so there are women here in America who are saying, let's start this up, let's do this here. And I believe some groups have already started. And then not just here in America, but globally is picking up steam. Okay. And the man that came on the video first talking about, well, this is a win for us guys. They and then have the nerve to have all that gray hair in his beard. I tell you, just by you getting older don't mean you wise. And just because you're a man don't mean you are wise. Because what he was saying was not wise at all. It was foolish, and he must be a passport bro. You know, the rhetoric is real. And that's all they spew is the rhetoric. Just because he was saying, you know, they're going to have to, we don't want no old women. We don't want women who are basically not virgins, when these men have been around the doggone block, don't know how many bodies they have, right? How many spirits. They need to stop saying bodies. They need to say how many spirits these men have on them. They swear they don't pick up no spirits, but that's another topic for another day. Just thinking that's a win. That's not a win, sir. That's genocide and femicide was happening in Korea, because they see, the men see that the women is serious. And it has gotten to the point where they're trying to take it That's not a win, sir. But I want to talk about how they hustled themselves into this predicament. The men of South Korea, they hustled themselves. They tried to play the game of marriage, getting what they want, breaking in basically conquering a new woman, and giving her a bill of divorcement and get gone, ruined, not able to even start her own life. The thing is, with this patriarch system and this misogyny, is that there are no human rights being thought of here when it comes to women. They are treated as property and property only. And I can hear some, some Israelites, well, that women are property, right? I cannot co-sign every word that's in this Bible because this was compiled by Rome. I've said it once and I say it again. Sans scripts off of the Sumerian tablets, the Emerald tablets, and whatever they put in here and compiled it for domination. So the men are reaping what they doggone sowed in South Korea. So we're going to talk about marriage a little bit, about dowries. And have you ever heard of you never come empty-handed, right? To a party. You never come to a party empty-handed. Where did that come from? I can tell you where it comes from. It comes from a Roman tradition. Because Rome believed in dowries, right? And you're going to say, well, the Bible was before Rome. Listen to what I say. The compiling of this book and all of its information, first and foremost, was never in one solitary book. Okay? So when people get their hands on information, they're going to manipulate it how they want to. So the dowry system comes from Rome too. Ironic, isn't it? Look it up. Do your research. So that saying, you never come to a party or you never go somewhere empty-handed, right? Is because this is the dowry system. Greetings, Melanin. How are you doing today? How are you doing? You never go somewhere empty-handed. It's a Roman saying before the dowry system. Now, this worked vice versa, depending on where you're at, So, oh, thank you. So a dowry could have been paid to the wife's side of the family, or the dowry could be paid to the husband's side. Now, the dowry is a gift. Okay, the dowry it could be land, it could be cattle, it could be monies. It's a gift, it's a peace offering. You never go to a party empty. You sure get talked about going to a party empty-handed. And came here, drank all the liquor. They ain't bring that one bottle. You never go nowhere empty-handed, right? Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, so that's where that comes from, Rome. The dowry system. Paying our bride's price. You probably heard of that too, the bride's price. Yes, it's a lot going on. I think I'm going to be doing a couple of lives today or tonight. So we might be rolling into another one. I'm going to take a break and then come back. So that's where it comes from, Rome. And then you hear of the dowry system in the Bible. You never go somewhere empty-handed. So that's why it tickles me how these red pill bros and these passport bros think that they literally think that they deserve women just because they're a man. Really? Just because they're a man, they think they deserve women. And that's not how it went down. Okay? And first of all, it wasn't this free for all. Right? It wasn't just a free for all. It wasn't the fact that I deserve a woman because I'm a man. No, if you wanted to be married, because that was the only way you was gonna get some, because we know that is the driving nature of men. We just got to keep it all the way real. That is one of the driving natures of men. They see what they like, what they see. And in ancient times, it wasn't you just see what you like, come hit me back on the celly. Let's hook up, the hookup culture. Oh, no, sir, no, ma'am. The hookup culture was getting married, paying a dowry or bride price, not going somewhere empty-handed. So you would go, and the bride family would have the man or woman. And I mean, this started nations, this built nations, this built kingdoms, and this just built regular society in and of itself. Right? Do you know in India, some parts of Japan, there's laws against dowries. There's literal laws that you cannot ask for a dowry because people were lying. Because I said it goes both ways. And so if they were getting the dowry from the bride's parents, and the parents didn't have all the money or all the cows or whatever the bride price was, they were literally whacking these people, whacking the daughter, killing them. You see? For a bride's price. Lying, cheating for money. Not for honor. Not to be fruitful and multiply. Not to nation build. Just for money and a free, bang, bing, boom in the bedroom. Then, after a couple of months, I want to put her away. I'm gonna whack her. She ain't pleased me. Go look for some more money, some more pleasure, and whack them, put them away. So in India, places like China, no dowry. And the men then got smooth, slick over there in South Korea. Beg your pardon. So the women then got slick right back with them. We ain't for all of that. We don't even want what was that movie? Oh, Color Purple. I ain't never even asked for your little. Y'all remember that part? Never asked for it. So what I'm seeing and what I've heard on the internet street is still in existence today. It's still in existence today. The hustle is real. They are considering women as nothing but sexual property. Even in Israel, even the awakened, they are considering women only as sexual property. Even when you do have some guidance, biblical guidance, they're not even following that. All I'm hearing is you can have multiple wives. And and I'm hearing this on platform, but not a full teaching. I'm hearing you men, it's biblical. Okay. It's biblical. You can have multiple. It was biblical to slaughter and sacrifice animals too, right? And laws and things change. I mean, But you're not, there's no guidance for these men because you got wackos out here who only hear, oh, I can have multiple wives. And then don't let them know about no dowry. Oh, shoot, they're not even considering the law, the practices. All these men are thinking about is, I'm going to get it on tonight, and I'm going to find more women to put in this apartment, this 1-bedroom apartment, so they can help me build a kingdom, so I can pimp them. But we kingdom building. That's what I'm telling them. We kingdom building. And if I try to act like I'm doing it right, they parents better pay me that dowry, that money. Because in this day and time, it's about money or land. They better pay me that. I'm a pimp. I'm gonna play this pimp game smooth, like it should be played. Put these women in this 1-bedroom apartment and try to collect on this dowry. And as many women I can squeeze, get in that closet. That's your bedroom. But they ain't telling these men the process. Because we are in this time, this day and time. Yes, there's a dowry. So you consider these women property. Okay, let's roll with it. Let's roll with it. Women equal property, right? But we're going to put it in today's perspective. The law of this land. Give unto Caesar what is Caesar's. You know what that means? Pay your taxes, right? Give unto Caesar what is Caesar's. Pay your doggone taxes. So we going to put in the perspective like these men should be teaching these wacko men out here who only are leading with their talent. Women, in their mind, property. Women equal property. Well, when you get property, people normally, there's an exchange, right? So the dowry system, because they sure enough use it, they're using it to this day. So some money is exchanged. Do you know why the money is exchanged? Even in the Romans, because Romans use the dowry system, the money is exchanged it's a gift. It's a gift to offset the cost of living. Hallelujah. It's a gift to offset the cost of living through this marriage, this business transaction that's getting ready to go down. So, in the minds of these men today, women are property. They've had this business transaction, but I tell you, I've been in business. My goodness, I've ran my own businesses, whether they be small or great, and I've worked in corporate life. I was in the corporate world, right? And I handle business deals, right? Yes, I know. I know I'm a woman. I know. A lot of them think we don't have a brain, but I handle business deals. And let me tell you the wackest business deal you can ever handle or ever engage in is a win-lose business deal. That's the wackest deal on the planet. A win-lose. I, as a salesperson, I know every aspect of the media company's ins and outs. You, as a company, wanting to advance, wanting to brand your label, get branded. I see you green as green can be. If I was a whack business negotiator, I'd give you a whack business deal. A win-lose business deal. And see, out here today, these Israelite men only harping about these multiple wives. They ain't preaching about a win-win business deal, because that's what marriage is about. It's a business deal. It's a contractual deal. It's a covenant. I, as a professional and educated in my field, would offer a win-win business deal. Why would you want to give a win-win business deal? Because I'm smart. That's why. I don't want this client as a one-time buy. I want a residual income coming from this client. So I'm going to broker this deal the best way possible, where this client is going to get the frequency that they need in their advertisement to brand their business, whether it be their location, whatever their campaign is going to be. I'm going to help them develop the best campaign ever for them with the budget that they have. I'm not going to browbeat them over the head so that I can win and take all of their money so I can win. Take all of their dowry so I can win. And they can lose because I'm only going to see them one time for this business deal. That's a fool. That is a fool that think they are a business person. A win-win business deal is my client needs to get his branding out. Okay. This is his budget. I know the frequencies. I know I have everything here to help him and guide him or her in branding their company via social media, via radio, whatever. I'm going to develop the best business deal, the best bang for their buck. You know why? I just said it. Residual. I want them to come back. And so when I run the analytics and I sit down, I say, yes, David. Look here, David. Let's have a meeting. Your campaign is almost over. I would like to meet with you so that we can go over your analytics and see how the campaign worked out for you. Okay, sure. Let's meet. I'm gonna pull up all his analytics, all her analytics. Now, in the business deal, everything's not gonna go my way. They probably going to want a station, and I know the demographics. I know the reach, the radius of, they want a campaign ran on radio. I know every radio station's reach. They picked a radio, and they were adamant about this radio station. And I'm telling them, that one, that's not a great pick for your campaign. They're adamant. I say, okay. Well, let me take a couple of just a little bit of money off of this radio station. I'm gonna give you this radio station because that's your desire. Let me run a little bit of your budget on these other radio stations that still cater to your demographic. Okay. So when I go back to meet with this client, David, I will tell him, well, the demographic shows that, the radio station that you chose and you wanted so badly, it did not do very well. And that was my concern. But the other radio stations blew it out the park. Your frequency was just, and David is like, well, I was wondering, I thought Radio QVC was bringing them in. Because I had so much foot traffic. And I thought radio station QVC, no sir. Radio station P and D were the top radio stations that your clients clicked on, listened to. We can tell they listened to the whole radio advertisement, your radio advertisement. They went onto the website, your website, and went through and clicked on this, and this from radio stations, thus, and that. This radio station that you preferred, sir, it was not a win for you. Well, goodness. I wanted to run again, and I thought I was going to go with my favorite radio station. But I suggest you do run again. because it seems to me that your traffic was out of this world. And if you continue to run, your branding of your business will be phenomenal. Because you see, branding a business, a new company, it has to take time. Running one campaign will not brand your business out of 2 and 3 months. You're right. Well, here's more money. Go ahead and put the rest of the budget and some more money onto radio station. Boom, boom, boom. Win, win. Win, win. You men are not teaching that. You're just teaching win, lose. The women lose. The men win. Just because we're women don't mean we're supposed to lose at this thing called love, or this thing called marriage, or this business deal, this covenant. Stop teaching these low lives that don't have a plan of action, an action plan for life, and make them think just because they're men, they're leaders, and they deserve a dowry, and they deserve 4 and 5 women just because it's biblical. Your curriculum must change. Are you going to wind up like the Koreans in South Korea, the men in South Korea? So if we're looking at it in today's society, the men are looking at the women as equaling property. Okay, so a dowry has been paid. The women are property, the dowry paid. Okay, they're tired of the women now. They're why? They see a new little jitterbug down the street, but they don't want their wife in their fold anymore. So they want to serve a decree of divorce. And let me tell you, y'all pimping these women out here, telling them to wrap their heads up, put a skirt down to the ground, and shalom it all around the world. And then go around and go on your channels and talk about these women, which talk about shalom. They ain't no good. Y'all ain't no good. Pimping these women. Give unto Caesar what is Caesar's. You give him his taxes. Y'all want a divorce, but went down to the local courthouse for your marriage license. You are in the land of your captivity. You want all these wives, but you ain't got all these marriage certificates from your courthouse. No, because you're pimping. You got 4 and 5 wives, and they don't have not one marriage license. But if you got hopped to your behind in that car, you need your driver's license. If you wanted to go buy some land, you have to go get your land license and all that good stuff. Why are we dealing with paperwork? Because you're in the land of your captivity. But when you talk to these women and pimp these women, your own women of Israel, oh man, we don't need no marriage license, girl. We don't need to do it like that. All we need to do is lay down together. I mean, I have sex with you, baby. You mine. We married now. We's married now. It's just about that laying down together. Yeah, spiritually you are. But you don't want responsibility. So if you don't want responsibility, you might just need to stay with one woman. Go on down to that courthouse and get that marriage license. But you don't want that because you don't want that white man on your ass. That's what you don't want. You want to go screwing these women and then talk about you want to give them a bill of divorce and have them trot a lot down the road ruined. spiritually and financially. No, do it right. Give unto Caesar what is Caesar's. Pay your taxes. Go take your 5 wives and have 5 local marriages at the courthouse. You ain't got to do it big. Just go get the paperwork. Ladies, listen to what I say. Stop thinking you married just because he looked good and he done said, you Israel. Girl, let me tell you who you are. Let me tell you who you are, baby. Girl, you Israel. Wake up. We the people. Yes, Lord, we the people. The land is ours. We the next rulers. Girl, yes, come and be my wife. Well, we gonna go to the courthouse now, girl. We just gonna go to this bedroom. We gonna go to the bedroom. We the next rulers, baby. You pimping. You're whoremongering. Take your behind to that courthouse. Ladies, have him take you to the courthouse. We are still in the land of our captivity. They want to say you property. Okay, just like you have to go get your property license and you pay your property taxes. Let's go get this property license called a marriage license. Come on with it. So when he get tired of trot-a-lot-lotting you around the bedroom, and he want to give you a bill of divorce, he can't just say, well, here, hold on. Let me find some paper, girl. Hold on, girl. I'm gonna do this the right way, honey. I'm gonna do this. It makes me sad. It makes me sad, but I'm gonna do this the right way, baby. It's been 2 months. Get the sticky paper. Hold on. It's been 2 months. It's been 2 months. So and so and so and so have divorced you, girl. Divorced you. It ain't working out. It ain't working out. Here you go. Hold on. I made a little mistake. Let me scribble that out a little bit. Here you go. There you go. I divorced you, girl. Take that. There you go. Get on. Go on now. Go on now. Go on now. Get them children too. Go on now. No. Women, no. They treat you like property. Go get your license, your marriage license, legally. And when they want a bill of divorce, take them back to the courthouse. Back to the courthouse and get your divorce license, your divorce decree. You are in the land of your captivity still, women. Stop being played like simple women. Sitting up here, spreading your legs and getting treated like trash just to get thrown out. Calm down. Get your divorce license just like you got your marriage license. They don't want that. They just want to holler about they got 5 and 6 wives to help them build a kingdom. Not even biblically sound that they're working with practices in their mind. As you know, let me take a break. In their mind, they not telling you that these people, these biblical men of the book, was rich. They got every Tom, Dick, and Harry thinking they supposed to have 5 and 6 wives. They got every Tom, Dick, and Harry thinking they supposed to have 5 and 6 wives. Not telling you the men of the Bible was rich. Solomon, rich. David, rich. Abraham, rich. They wives wasn't around huffing and puffing, carrying laundry bags and grocery bags. You know what? Abraham's wife Sarah had what? Handmaids. Oh, y'all not telling them that? Y'all not telling them that? They own tents, tabernacles. Because Solomon, you know, he married some strange women. So they had their own tabernacles, their own places of worship. They own handmaids. These men was rich. Y'all giving these women handmaids? Or y'all putting them all on a farm and tell them to go get the grain, take care of the babies, fold the laundry? That's not Israel, honey. That's not Israel. With these 5 and 6 wives, that the doctrine I'm hearing. These men who had 5 and 6 wives was kings, leaders, rich, were able to support these 5 and 6 wives with 5 and 6 houses, mansions. Y'all leading these people astray. Y'all leading them astray. And that let's not even, well, let's talk about jealousy. Y'all make it y'all really, I'm starting to believe that y'all really believe women are some kind of Play-Doh, some kind of toy, some kind of other entity that does not really possess feelings, that does not really possess knowledge of self, does not have the same aspects of her Father, the Most High Yah. Because even Yah said he get jealous. He's a jealous Yah. Huh. Wives, they get jealous. Do I have to remind y'all of Sarah? Huh? Wanted the baby so bad, her reproach. Remember we talked about earlier? Her reproach was on her. She wanted that reproach, take that shame away. Take the shame away. She's sitting in her own tent, her own house. Oh, gosh. I got to take the shame away. I'm getting older. I want a baby. I want Abraham to have a baby. Both of us getting old. Shoot. My goodness. What can I do? My handmaiden. My handmaiden. Let me call her. Hagar. Come and see here. Come. Yes, ma'am. Yes. I'm going to ask you to do something, but first I must speak to my husband. I have yet to have a baby. I want you to lie with my husband and bring forth a seed, fruit. Yes, ma'am. Go away, handmaiden. I'll call you in a little bit. She goes into her husband's tent. They rich. They got money. Just because they on the land don't mean they had cows. That was money. Sheep, goats, handmaidens, servants. Y'all got these women thinking they supposed to be doing everything under the sun and be struggling and tired. That's not the new Israel, baby. That's not the new Israel. We rich. You might didn't he tell you might think that you are poor? You might think that you are poor, but you are rich. You got these women acting like they're the new handmaid. Sarah goes to her husband. Tell her husband, Abraham, my reproach is dawning, is weighing on me. I have not brought forth you any fruit, any children. And my age is creeping up on me. I want you to lie with my handmaiden, my slave girl. You want me to break it down? I know a lot of y'all love to sleep with these slave girls right now, but that's what they gonna be. Y'all better tell the truth, shame the devil. You can call them a handmaiden if you like, because slave is kind of harsh. I'd like you to lie with Hagar. Hagar, enter. Lie with my husband and bring forth me a child. She leaves. Boom, boom, boom. Hagar pregnant. Y'all know anything about them fast children known as teenagers? I work with children, adolescents, from infants to adolescents. You sure can tell them fast ones. When they come around, you know what's popping. If I'm a woman and can tell them hot to trot, when these hot to trot men can tell them, Hagar, humble in the beginning, right? I'm talking about jealousy right now. With you men with these 5 and 6 wives in today's oppressive society. They ain't even showing your riches yet. Hagar got her nice little round belly, flossing, hot to trot now. She probably was a virgin. Hot to trot, flossing. Sarah in her tent. Hagar, Hagar, bring me drink. It's hot. I'm famished. Bring me drink and food. Hagar pregnant. She hot to trot now. She got a whole different attitude. She done slept with the master's husband. She got a whole different attitude. Here. Y'all don't want to hear it though, huh? Y'all want to hear the truth. That's Hagar. Here. Here's your water. You know? Here's your water. Here's your food. Hagar got a whole different attitude. She outside supposed to be milking the cows, milking the goats. She over there trying to stand beside Abraham, laughing and giggling, rubbing her belt. She's still supposed to be working. She a slave. She a handmaid. She ain't supposed to be over there laughing and giggling and shantying around Abraham. She done lost her rabbit ass mind. What is building up in Sarah? What is building? And this is not even a wife. This is somebody Sarah has offered up to her husband to bring forth fruit, a child, an heir. Right? Jealousy. Jealousy is building up in Sarah. Right? No, I don't. Jealousy. I'm telling you the truth. Look, let me put this up on the screen. No disrespect. You sound like you need a man. How do you figure I don't have a man? How do you figure I don't have a man? That would be the question, but I don't need one. But that's a good assumption you make. You don't want to hear the truth. Jealousy is building up in in Sarah regarding Hagar. Hagar is flossing in front of her because Hagar thinks she's on a different level now because she has the fruit of Abraham in her stomach. So what does Sarah do? She goes to her husband, Abraham, and tells her, Hagar got to go. After she done had that baby, they flossing, the little son with his name, the madman of the desert. Y'all know him as the Arabs. What's his name? I can never remember his name. I should have wrote it down. What is his name? He's your cousin. He's your cousin. Y'all should know, madman of the desert. She flossing that little boy all around camp. Gotta go. Sarah go to Abraham. She got to get gone and take that son with her. Get out of here. Jealousy has entered the heart of Sarah after she initiated the transaction, the deal. She brokered the deal. Y'all man ain't talking about jealousy between these wives, are you? Y'all think y'all make it seem like everything's everything. everything's okie dokie, right? Y'all act like everything is okie dokie. Jealousy is real. Jealousy is a real thing. And women have emotions just like you. Yeah. Just saying that these women are multiple wives, don't think that you're not going to have some trouble. So I bring you that story of Sarah and Hagar to let you understand, even though Sarah was the one that brokered the deal, she still got jealous of Hagar and her son. I almost said his name too. Y'all not telling the whole playbook. And when you tell part of it, you get men who are not fully developed and mentally, because you know what, their minds, men, I'm sorry to tell you, your minds don't fully develop until you're 25 years old. Your frontal lobe does not fully develop until you're 25 years old. So you got young men out here listening to, oh, you can have multiple wives. Just tell them that you're married. You ain't got to go to the courthouse. You ain't telling, you're not doing nothing the right way. You doing and you giving information halfway biblical and halfway trying to save them from being held accountable. And not being able just to throw these women onto the streets. Right? Because that's what's happening. Sir, get your pervert up off of my channel. So, if y'all gonna teach this multiple wives things, y'all need to teach it in a realistic setting. The setting that we are in. We are not out of captivity. The curses are reversing, yes, but there's still tribulation to come. Y'all got folks becoming, well, whoremongering and becoming the whores, basically. I don't know why that guy, that little boy's name just keep coming. Ishmael. There we go. Let me write that down. Ishmael. Sarah had Ishmael and Hagar sent to the wilderness. Right? Most High had to come tell you, I'm gonna bless your son. Don't worry. I'm gonna bless him for a while. Because he's a madman. Y'all know the story. So let me see. I want to make sure I haven't touched everything I could possibly touch. Because what's going to happen is the woman, they going to see this 4B movement is going to take hold over in other nations. But it's going to come to Israel too. Israel women going to get fed up with the maltreatment. Trust and believe. Do you think that still being under the oppressive system known as the Americas, known as wherever they are scattered to, being under the oppressive system just on a day-to-day, and then on top of that being oppressed by their own men will not have adverse reactions? Come on. I know that you say you have knowledge, you say you have wisdom. We need to understand that. You holler oppression surely makes a man mad. Well, oppression surely makes a woman mad. And you want to give her a double dose of oppression, putting her in these marriage groups, situationships, because that's what it is. You're not providing homes. And if prove me wrong, let me know, because the people I have seen on these streets called the internet streets, I don't see them talking about providing all these homes for all these wives, separate homes. No, I don't see that. Okay, let me see what you're saying. No, if I hated men, I wouldn't be out here trying to tell you, trying to tell you from a woman's point of view. You're making a wrong decision on how you're going about trying to establish the campaign of multiple wives. Did you hear me one time on here? Let me put this up here. Judah. Did you hear me one time on here say multiple wives is wrong? Don't do it. These men ain't about nothing. They ain't no good, low down, dirty scum. No. So I don't know where that statement comes from. You didn't hear me say that. I'm saying the way it's being taught, going across this media, is wrong. You are, and I even said you're brokering a business deal, and you're only doing it in a way that is a win-lose. Win for the men, lose for the woman, and it should not be that way. And it's not even taught that way biblically. It's not even taught that way. But there's so many men who have hatred in their heart for women that they have not, worked out. They always talking about a woman going to a psychologist, go talk to somebody. Some of you men need to go talk to somebody because you've been hurt. Just like you like to say the women been hurt. And yes, they probably have and continue to be hurt. They run from hurt relationships. They run to the church house. They get abused sexually, mentally abused in these church houses. Then they run from the church. Now Israel is cutting up. And when I say Israel, I'm talking about the ones that are supposed to be awake. The ones that are supposed to be awake, Israel is supposed to be awake, they are abusing the women as well. So what do you think women are going to do? They're going to do like South Korea. They're going to do like the women in South Korea. They're not going to want to deal with you men at all. Sir, you probably, I've probably been on this earth longer than you, sir, and probably been married longer than you. A lot of you, I hear a lot of men to say that. How can you tell anybody? Because I've had experience when it comes to marriage. I was in a relationship over 20 years, married 18 to the same person. That's how I can tell men. My experience trumps your assumptions of knowledge that I possess. That's how I can tell men. My experience in life trumps your assumption. Checkmate. And by the way, when you play checkers, you play these games right here. But when you play chess, the queen is the one who wins on the board. Okay? Your assumption of my understanding is where you're losing out at. Okay? Some of you guys haven't been, you don't even let your soul rest. You don't even let your soul heal. You don't even cast out demons before you go into a new relationship. What I hear about men on these internet streets, not talking about you in particular, but semen retention. What the hell is semen retention? Abstinence. How about teaching men abstinence? You don't, because men, then you got to build up that fortitude. You got to build up that strength. Abstinence. It's not no semen retention. You know what semen retention says? Hold yourself back for a couple of months. Try to do maybe a year. And then go back out there and get more demons on you. Sexual demons, sexually transferred demons. And commit adultery all over again. Commit fornication all over again. Commit sin all over again. That's what semen retention is. You don't want to hear the truth because it's coming from a woman. Just say that. Just say that. Abstinence is what the key is, not semen retention. That's running back to your vomit. The king is captured. The king can be captured by the pawn. Yes, but that's not checkmate. And that's a long shot. That's not checkmate, and that's a long shot. Okay? That's a long shot. Trust me, my father taught me chess. He was an avid chess player. Trust me, that's a long shot. Hold on, I'm reading some of these. Oh, you're 49. You've been married for 28 years. Okay, that's good. That's good. So what makes you think that I have no knowledge because I'm single? I thought, were you the same one that said, oh no. Oh no, you won. But this one, I've been watching you for a while, for a few minutes. And hold on, I'll come back to this one. Now this blows me away right here. These have to be trolls, but I'm gonna put you up on the screen. I've been watching you for a minute, and you are all for feminists. Why, sir? What in this program tonight made you think that? Why? Because I told you to treat a marriage, because it's a covenant, it's a marriage, is a business transaction, to treat it fairly? Now I'm a feminist? Am I a feminist, or are you a misogynist? Because you don't want to go into a transaction of marriage fairly. You want it to be an imbalance. So now you want to call me a feminist because I tell you, if you're going to go into marriage and we are still in the land of our captivity, stop pimping these women. Israel black men. That's a feminist move? That sounds feminist to you? Are you mad because it hurts to know the truth? Stop pimping your own women. Stop hustling your own women. Go into a business deal, a transaction fairly. Would you want to be hustled out of your own money, your soul, your possessions? No. So why do you think, because I sat up here tonight and said, treat your marriage agreement fairly as a business deal, because you consider women property. So if you're going into a business transaction, why not do a fair business transaction? What's so hard about that? You're probably gone out the chat because you like to drop silliness like that. What's wrong with a fair transaction? You want to oppress women. And see, when I say be fair in a transactional deal, then now I'm a feminist. Now I'm a feminist. That makes no sense, sir. And men, do you see what I'm talking about? Do you see what I'm talking about? This is the type of people that are running around the internet. They hop on live streams and hear, oh, you can have multiple wives, but don't hear how to treat them fairly in this transactional deal. And then go and start thinking anybody who says, especially any woman who says otherwise, is a feminist. My God, my God. It's going to take the Most High, Yah and Yahweh to come back to fix this mess. Because you can't even think fairly. You just want to tell a woman, let's go lay down in the bed and now we're married. Because you want to only go on the spiritual aspect of it, but we still are in this carnal world under oppressive nature, under our captivity. That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. And yes, sir. Yes, sir. Bravo to me. That's called abstinence. Golly. Lord have mercy. Is there any hope? Is there any hope? You say that as if that is an insult. My goodness, my goodness, my goodness. You say that as if that's an insult. That's called abstinence. I know you're used to the word of, well, I don't have semen. So, and you're not, a lot of men are not speaking to women. So they can't do this ludicrous thing such as semen retention. But abstinence will probably get you in the kingdom, homeboy. Abstinence. That means no sexual activities at all. You don't want to hear the truth. You come with that comment like you said something. Like you really said something. Thank you. Let me give my hand. I like to thank myself. It's called abstinence. Get a clue. If I may ask without being blocked, hold on, let me put this up here. Let me see. If I can ask without being blocked, how can you offer advice to any woman when you've been single for over 5? Oh, RIP. Yes, RIP Kevin Samuels. These are trolls. These are trolls. Yes, do you think, first of all, the RIP Kevin Samuels foolishness? I would never wish death on anyone. Okay. And Kevin Samuels did sow seeds of division, but you don't want to come to the terms of that. Okay, what were you saying? If I may ask, without being blocked, how can you offer advice uh, to any woman when you've been single for over 5? That is who you need to be getting advice from. Let me tell you, y'all mindsets are double-minded. Your mind is double-minded. You see women on these platforms such as the Sprinkle lady. She married, right? The Sprinkle lady, the gold digging lady. She married. She giving advice to single women on how to find a gold digger or how to find a sugar daddy. So is her advice right? Is her advice righteous? Come on, man. I know y'all can do better than this. But I'm single, but was married over half of my life, in a relationship with a person over half of my life, the majority of it, right? With life experience. And I'm telling women and men, if you pop in here to this channel, to do it the right way. But you want to say, how can I give that advice? Because I'm simply single right now. I think I am the perfect expert, sir, to give that advice. The perfect one. Because I'm not going to give women advice to go out and be like the Sprinkle lady, just looking for gold, a gold digger. But see, you're mad. Y'all mad because I'm telling you men, because you're coming in here in the room and you're hearing me tell women, stop being foolish women, stop being silly women. In Israel, if these men talk about they want multiple wives, good. Okay. If they want to marry you women, take your behind, move to the office to get your marriage license. Because if they have to still operate in this world, and if they're in the Americas, if they have to still operate with the rules of the land, such as driver's license, if they're buying property, land, property license, paying property taxes, getting that registered, getting their cars registered, do not be a fool, women, and tell and accept the knowledge of a spiritual marriage. You can get sexually transmitted demons spiritually, sleeping with people. If they can do everything right, if they can go out and are y'all living in a tent? If they own their own home, they had to go through a mortgage company. They had to sign documents. If they're renting, they had to go through a rental company and get a lease. Right? If they go to the grocery store, they have to use the current currency. Either they paying with cash, or they paying with credit, or they debit card. So I'm telling women, don't be foolish when it comes to this marriage thing. And let them tell you this is spiritual only. You good. And then when they get they just due of you, when they don't run through you, where my paperwork at? Then they want to say, we good, girl. It ain't working out. It ain't working out. Then they want to say, yeah, I'm going this what it ain't working out. I know I spiritually married you. I laid with you and all that good stuff. It ain't working out. Here, now I want a divorce. Take the sticky paper on and get on in the wind. No, I'm not going to sit up here and tell women to be foolish. That is foolish. If we got to still give unto Caesar what is Caesar's, pay Caesar his tax money, then do everything the right way. Marry your 5 wives, and all 5 of them wives should have a marriage certificate through the system. And if you don't want them to have that, and you don't want me to tell them that, because I'm not married, I was married, but I was married through the system. Because you trying to beat the system because you're scared of the system. You're scared that you might have to pay some money because you done took away a majority of a person's lifespan here. And you want to take away their lifespan and have them work on your farms or work on your little covenants, help build up your so-called, you're building up your nation. And then you get done and you're tired with them and you give them a bill of divorce and tell them to get gone. No. That's why some laws were passed. That's why these housewives that worked in homes, the so-called covenant white woman, the woman y'all say y'all want, the submissive white woman, when she had the privilege of working at home, well, we was working at home and in the fields and as maids. Well, she had the privilege of working at home. When her husband, her Edomite husband, got done with her and gave her a bill of divorcement, do y'all know that, it was hard for her? She had no skill sets. Was probably in college and dropped out of college because got married in college. No college degree. So they made laws. You're going to pay this woman even if she didn't have no children. You don't use up some of her lifespan here, people. Y'all working with a devilish mind. I don't know what you're talking about down here, sir. We're not even talking about you. Trying to talk about me. You trying to get information about me instead of learning. Stop being a troll. Stop being a troll. If I'm old enough to know about some relationship information, I'm trying to give you positive information. Don't you think I'm old enough to know what to say and not to say on these internet streets? Grow up. Grow up. You wouldn't even make it in business if you dealing dirty with the women of your own nation. How can you rule righteously if you're not even ruling righteously in your own activity when it comes to marriage? So I say in closing, there's a problem in South Korea. It's called the B4 movement. The women are fed up with the patriarchy system. They're fed up with the misogyny that's going on, and they have said no to marriage, no to relationships, no to sexual activity, and no to men all the way around the board. And now it is 5 years into this B4 movement, 4B movement, and they have had no first graders because no children have been born. And now they're also there's a femicide going on. The men have totally lost their minds, and they are starting to stalk the women, kill the women, because they wanted to oppress the women and not deal righteously with the women. And I say to you, it is definitely going to come here. It is definitely going to happen here. It's already started. because you men are not dealing righteously with women. And you want to come on my platform, and I'm trying to tell you, forewarn you, to help you out. And you got jokes. You think it's a game. You're probably an incel typing on the computer right now. Ain't had a woman since a woman had you. You don't know how to get a woman. You don't know how to interact with a woman. You think because you have testosterone flowing through your system that that's all it takes. And you don't want to hear from a woman. So if you don't want to hear what I have to say, go along your merry way and keep doing what you do. This information is for women. It's for men. If they choose to listen, they don't have to. They can. But sitting here trying to say that I'm a feminist and all of this because I'm telling you to judge righteously, deal righteously with women, you have the mind of your father, Satan. We are in a new cycle that is upon us, and we will judge and deal righteously with one another. So if you're going to preach and teach regarding multiple wives, then you better teach and preach regarding the courthouse and getting the right paperwork. Because you know these men out here are not doing right. And I don't care if you might got one out of 1,000 that might be handling their business the right way. But that's not the majority. Stop breeding silly women. Stop taking advantage of silly women. Because they are trying to find the Most High Yah and and implement that Yah's way of life to their way of life. And you're taking advantage of them. If you want all these wives, have all of these proper documents that you would have to live and function in this society. Whether you rent, buy a house, rent a car, buy a car, you're going to go sign documents. And if you're too afraid to go to the courthouse and do it the legal way, then you are trying to play the pimp game. You are just trying to play the pimp game and pimp out your own women. The times are changing. The polar shifts have occurred. And there will only be a remnant. I hope to see you in that remnant. And I'm out in much, much love.